Give me 7 minutes and I'll fix how you speak on YouTube. Because if the moment you hit record, you become a completely different person, you don't have a confidence problem, you have a perfection problem. Now, I know this because I was totally scared of public speaking, did the work, became confident on stage, but then I hit record on the camera and I was back at square one. So here are the 5 fixes. Fix number 1, warm up and slow down. Now, one of the biggest reasons you're feeling awkward on camera is because you're practicing, sure, but are you correctly warming up? Now, when you think of any professional sports person, do you think they attempt to try and perform without warming up? No way. Let's look at LeBron James. LeBron James takes warming up to another level. He warms up his body, his mind, then practices in a specific way to enhance his shots. He spends 2 to 3, sometimes 4 hours warming up before a game. Now, when you look at the world of speaking, people hit record on the camera, jump straight in, and expect to perform. Doesn't actually work like that. They generally come across quite stiff, potentially quite flat, and quite boring. Or they try too hard and they come across quite professional and speak too fast. The point is, you need to warm up the body and the mind correctly, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, I break up a camera warm-up into 3 specific parts: body, voice, and breath. Let's start with body. The idea with warming up your body is you need to move. You need to create warmth. You need to roll your shoulders. You need to stand up and bounce. You get the point. You need to create some sort of movement and some sort of heat. Then you want to get your jaw nice and warm. See, we hold a lot of tension in our jaw, and especially if we're nervous and speaking to camera, it can get really tight. So warm it up and get the blood flowing. I find that literally jumping on the spot, creating a bit of heat in the body, a few neck stretches either way, and a little bit of a jaw massage is really going to set your body in the right state. Now, let's move on to voice. 2 tongue twisters, based over 30 seconds in a minute, will change the way you deliver. For example, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow. Push yourself with speed. Red leather, yellow leather, until you stuff up, then switch to another one. For example, unique New York, unique New York, unique New York, unique. This warms up your tongue and all the intricate muscles in your mouth, and it just sets you in better stead. Then, ums and ahs. Put some energy into it. You'll feel everything start to warm up. Lastly, sing your favorite song for 30 seconds. For example, I'm not doing that part, but you get the point. Sing along, create that movement in your mouth and your body. Lastly, now it comes back to breath, and this is the slow down element. Before you actually deliver, I want you to take a double inhale and a slow exhale. Andrew Huberman made this famous, and for good reason. I've tried heaps of breathing techniques, and this is by far the fastest way to center yourself before you speak. It's simple. It goes like this. Double inhale. Then you want to exhale slowly, 4, 6, 8 seconds through pursed lips. Let's go. Double inhale, slow exhale. Repeat that 3 times. Even after 1, I'm feeling more centered. Nice work. Now you're in the optimal physical state to perform. The next fix builds straight upon this. Let's go. Fix number 2, boardroom to living room. See, you're not actually a bad speaker, and it's not that you're too nervous or not confident enough. Your mind's just stuck in the boardroom, and we need to get it out of the boardroom and into the living room. When it comes to public speaking or speaking to camera, people start off in this boardroom mode, kind of like a presenter, and they're quite stiff and they're looking down and they're talking like this, or they can be talking too fast or talking too professionally. Get out of the boardroom. We need you sitting in the living room. That's the only way you're going to deliver to camera naturally. When you think about it, when we're having a conversation in the living room, we're not thinking about what we're going to say. We're just more relaxed. We're more ourselves. And that's the type of conversational flow I want you to get. And the best part is, it's a simple mindset shift. It's going to get us out of that boardroom and into the living room. So visualize you with your best friend in the living room having a conversation. Then I want you to hit record on the camera. So the camera's now recording. What do we say to our best friend? Well, we're actually going to have a conversation about the script that we're going to be delivering. So, for example, camera's rolling, you're having a chat with your best friend. Hey Em, I've got this great idea about 5 fixes that I've used with my clients over the years that are getting amazing results. in public speaking, and especially now talking to camera. They are, you get the point. Have a general conversation, dive deeper into little intricate points. You want to flow and you want to get used to speaking to camera with your best friend in the living room about what you're going to be talking about very shortly. So your camera's rolling. After you generate a bit of lightness in the body and the mind, then I want you to start delivering your actual script. So whether you're using a teleprompter, bullet points, whatever the case may be, just flow naturally into it. So there's no awkwardness about hitting record. It's already recording. You've already got that camera confidence chatting with your friend. Now's the time to start delivering naturally into your script. Okay, now that I've got you out of the boardroom and into the living room, the next fix is very small, but it is an absolute game changer, and it will derail you if you don't sort it out. Fix number 3 is to get comfortable. Now, one of the fastest ways to feel awkward when speaking to camera is to be sitting, standing, or dressed in something that's not you and not comfortable. See, we want to have a certain persona when speaking to camera, but do you actually feel comfortable? If you like standing up and delivering, stand up. If you like vlogging and walking around, walk around. Find what feels comfortable to you, especially when you're first starting out. This is crucial because if you don't, it adds another layer of friction, which is totally unnecessary. See, when I coach public speaking clients, it's really, really important that they practice in the exact outfit they're wedding. I recently had a client who was a best man and he was delivering in front of a huge wedding, 450 people. I made him go to the wedding venue in his tuxedo, in his shoes, in his exact outfit. He did this multiple times before the actual delivery. So when the time came, he felt confident and he felt natural. And it's the same when delivering to camera. When you're speaking to camera, set up in your office, set up in your studio, set up in the park, wherever you're going to be delivering on the actual day, and wear something that's comfortable, something that's you, and something you will be wearing. So get comfortable. Get rid of that layer of friction. Ask yourself 3 simple questions. What am I wearing? Is it comfortable? How am I showing up? Am I standing? Am I sitting? Am I kneeling down? Or am I walking around? Lastly, does this setup feel familiar? Do I feel comfortable in the space I'm in? Just make sure you're comfortable. Okay, now you're feeling comfortable. Well, I hope you are. I want to share with you the most important fix I've ever learned when it comes to communication, and especially talking to camera. Now, if you forget this fix, it will destroy your video. So let's jump into fix number 4. Fix number 4, it's not about you, it's about them. See, have you ever noticed the more you focus on yourself and how you sound and your delivery, the worse you actually come across? Well, it's because it's completely unnatural. Think about it. In life, when do we worry or focus so much on how we sound and how we deliver the sentence? We don't. We have a conversation and we focus on the information we're talking about, sure, but we're not so worried about ourselves. See, when you're in your head wondering how you look, how you feel, how you sound, it's actually really unnatural and it creates awkwardness. Think about having a conversation with a friend in the living room. You're not thinking about how you sound, how you deliver. You're just watching for their feedback and for their interests. Sure, talking to camera is different. We don't have that. That's why you have to visualize that. And that's why you have to visualize talking to that one friend of yours in the living room, because that takes the focus off you and puts it on them. And then you forget you're nervous, you forget about yourself and you focus on them, and that creates great authenticity, great connection, and great delivery. So remember, write it down. This is something I do with my public speaking clients. It's not about you, it's about them. When you find yourself totally flustered and in your head or overly focusing on you, ask yourself 3 simple questions. Who's my audience? What do they need to hear? And how can I help them? Those 3 questions will help direct your attention to the audience and take it off you. It's a game changer because when you shift your attention outwards, I'm just mid recording. Hey, that's cool. Is that a new car? Okay, where were we? Sorry, kids and dog, trying to record. Okay, where were we? And always remember, we're not looking for perfection, we're looking for conversation. So write it down before you record. It's not about you, it's about them. Have that top of mind. Now that you've got that dialed in, I'm going to share with you the final fix, which is the icing on the cake and complements every previous fix. It's a small fix, but it will completely change how confident and natural you come across on camera. The final fix. Fix number 5, I call the one thing. Now, one of the biggest reasons you're sounding awkward and feeling awkward on camera is because you're trying to say too much. It's like kind of juggling tennis balls. One ball is easy. It's clear. You can see what I'm doing and you can concentrate. 2, makes it a little trickier. And 3, absolute carnage. You get the point. Focus on one thing, one tennis ball. So when you're thinking about your audience, you're creating a script, or you're just about to deliver, ask yourself, what is the one thing I want my audience to remember? That's it. Work backwards from there. See, simplicity actually creates confidence. The more simple you make things, the easier you'll find it delivering to camera. So pick one of the fixes you've learned today. Try implementing it. Let me know in the comments below if it's made a difference. And if you want to take your speaking to the next level, check out this video.